Hey there, Aquarius. This is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot, and I'm excited to be doing a reading for you today. If this is your first time at my channel, welcome. Please be sure to hit subscribe so that you'll always be connected and never miss another video. All right, this reading here is for Aquarius, and as you saw, I had my clear quartz on here. This is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot spread out. I like to open up readings this way to get the energy flowing. And we're going to go ahead and do a live shuffle. I'm going to see what's going on for you, Aquarius. What is going on for Aquarius right now, at this moment, when people are viewing this? What does Aquarius need to know at this moment? What does Aquarius need to know? All right, so let us see what we can see. We're going to be starting off with 8 cards. I will be adding 4 more as we progress. So there will be a total of 12 cards. Okay. Let's straighten out here a bit. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so let's straighten out here a bit. All right, so Aquarius, what is going on for you? All right, well, we have the Two of Wands here to start off the spread. The Two of Wands is, well, first of all, Wands is the suit of effort and growth. So, you know, that's important. We like to always be growing. Our 2, though, talks about some internal kind of contemplation. So, you know, trying to decide something like within your mind, like which way do I want to go to continue to grow, whatever that might be. We'll go ahead and we'll look at each one, and then we'll put it all together, of course. So what else have we got? We've got the World. Ooh, the World. This is the wishes fulfilled card. Ooh, so maybe whatever you are contemplating has something to do with this. The World talks about anything is possible. You know, it says this is it. This is the accomplishment. This is a really great card for long-term and long-distance relationships. So if that's something going on in your life, this is a positive card for that. But it really altogether talks about wishes fulfilled and good fortune, not giving up on your dreams, you know, staying strong with that. Possibly what you've been thinking about here in the Two of Wands has something to do with that. All right, then we've got Temperance. Now, Temperance is a balance card. This talks about, you know, keeping the balance and having everything in balance. Temperance is often about, you know, kind of embracing and accepting what can't be changed and just letting go of old resentments and things like that. So, you know, depending on what has been going on here, if this is about, you know, something that you kind of need to let go of or move on from, this is a perfect card for that. And it looks like a natural progression where you're just feeling better. Things are more in balance. You know, depending on what it is that you're kind of bouncing back and forth or contemplating. And if you're not yet, then this would mean you likely are going to be thinking about some things. We've got some immediate positive results, or at least feelings about it. We feel like a little bit more of a return to balance. And then we run into Justice. The Justice card talks about, you know, getting what you're owed. You know, this is talking about not being intimidated, remaining impartial, so staying strong on what it is you want, possibly here because of our Temperance card, you know, accepting what can't be changed, letting go of our old resentments. And then we run into Justice, which talks about not being intimidated, remaining impartial, you know, letting go of what our resentments are. Doesn't mean we are giving up our power. It doesn't mean we're saying the other person was right or the other situation was right, or that we weren't you know, that we didn't have a reason to feel resentful, perhaps, you know, maybe we legit had a reason. But sometimes after a certain point, if we're not going to learn from it or take an action from it, it is just sitting there hurting us. So that's what this talks about, letting things go. And it runs right into our Nine of Pentacles. How perfect. This is all about success. This, if I had to write one thing on this card to remember what it is, I would literally write success because that is what it's all about. It's kind of about being surrounded by a paradise, just feeling like, all right, everything is good. So yeah, it looks like things progress very nicely. And whatever it is that you're kind of, you know, trying to grow from, that you're thinking about or that you will be thinking about, leads you to success. So we've got some good things. Now this card here is a reminder. This is our Queen of Cups. And this is saying, you know, after achieving some progress, feeling good about things, you got to be careful not to allow your emotions to come in and kind of push it over, the pendulum over the other side. Our Queen of Cups, she is very solid. She really likes helping people. She's very much known as everybody's kind of best friend, best spouse. You know, she's really good that way. But with all those emotions, she is also very sensitive. So she gets a little upset. She doesn't like criticism, kind of moody type thing. So this, I think, is advice for you from the tarot, that right now you might want to be pulling back those emotions. Not to say that you deny your emotions or don't recognize them, but don't let them guide your decision making. That's what this is talking about. Here next we have the Sun. So, you know, we're not gonna let emotions kind of deter our progress or derail what we've accomplished or that we've gotten started here, why we're feeling so good. The Sun is saying, yes, there is still hope, even when you're feeling like, oh, for a moment. The Sun talks about success and happiness and talking about what truly makes you happy. Perhaps this little bit of emotional blip on the radar kind of is what brings you to really appreciate the things that are working. You know, it's unusual sometimes to have everything be perfect. If it is all perfect, then yay, that's awesome. But a lot of times we have to remember that the journey sometimes is bumpy. And, you know, we might have a moment to feel a little bit upset or moody about things or concerned. But to keep this in our head, keep this in our mind, that there is success. The Sun is right there. And that will help us kind of get through that a little bit more of emotional time, you know. Next, we have our Five of Cups, and this drives that even home stronger. This talks about, don't just look at what you've lost, look at what you have. Notice that he is sitting there and he's got some cups spilled over, and obviously he's in some kind of cemetery, feeling sad, but he's not paying attention or appreciating that he has these two cups. This is very much a message to you to appreciate everything while you have it. Don't just be looking at what's not working. Focus on what is working. Take your lessons and your action items from moments that make you upset or that aren't going well. That's how we grow. We're humans. We have emotions. So that's not the problem, and that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about learning something from that. Those emotions are there to guide us for something. And if we're not going to, you know, move on from that in some meaningful way, then we're destined to just keep being emotional. Does that make sense? So this is looking really good. We're going to put on our additional 4 cards. As you saw, the way I read them is left to right, and then I put a bridge on. That's what I'll be doing next. Our bridge will be read top to bottom, and it'll be connecting both rows. So it adds another layer of understanding. Okay, so here is our bridge. And we're going to see where this is going. Tie this up in a little bow. Okay. You know what, I'm going to do one at a time just so we can pay attention. You can see where I am. Okay, so again, we've got some thinking to do, you know, about what we're wanting to do inner growth wise, and we want to get to this success where everything feels good. Well, it looks like this is stemming off of some kind of information that you're going to be getting, a new opportunity of some kind. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean somebody else is bringing that opportunity to you. It could. It could be something, though, that you have come up with. It doesn't necessarily have to be from somebody else, but this is coming. So this is Pentacles, which is the suit of our everyday life, our physical world, our earthly things. This is an ace, so this is all about, you know, the beginning of something, the seed, planting the seed, the new idea. I think that's what the contemplation is. That's what you're thinking, like, how will this make me grow? Because this is where you want to be, the Nine of Pentacles, the success, the small paradise and things like that. So this idea or this offer of some kind from somebody, or, you know, discussion about some kind of idea being presented to you is something that you're going to be very much excited about, and think that there's going to be some good promise there. Here we've got our World card, which again is the wishes fulfilled, and again, you know, unexpected opportunities kind of thing. Again, this is where you thought of it. And then here we go, and it takes us to the Queen of Cups, and this is the moody girl. Remember, she is wonderful with everybody's emotional well-being and helping everybody, but she doesn't like to be criticized. Well, what's our bridge? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. I think the criticism is going to be either self-imposed, could be from somebody else, but it literally could be just your own negative self-talk. But I think it's going to be because the idea that, okay, you're not thinking of everything, you're not doing this right. I think this is a second guessing kind of moment, or self-doubt. That's a really good term. So I think you're going to be having a little self-doubt, and you're going to be kind of beating yourself up about it a little bit. That's what our Knight is saying. Our Knight of Pentacles is saying, if that is the case and that's how you're feeling, and how to resolve that is to be like the Knight of Pentacles. It's to slow down, think of everything you need to do in terms of, you know, not only physically what you need to do and your plan, but slow down in your mind. Don't be so quick to beat yourself up. You know, pull yourself back and be a little bit more logical. I always think of the Pentacles as being, the Court as being kind of logical. So there we go there. Now we've got Temperance going into the Sun. Now remember, Temperance is our balance card. Temperance is where we want to have everything kind of back to feeling like everything is even. This is where we're feeling good. It talks about accepting, you know, what can't be changed, letting go of some old resentments that are just kind of eating away or just not serving us. And it goes into the Sun, and the Sun again is that happiness, that wishes, you know, come true happiness. Again, we've got those two, this one and where did it go? Oh, I thought we had it. Is it right here? Oh, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Boy, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. I knew we had it. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is great. The balance going into this, hopefulness, that's what you're seeking. Whatever this idea is probably going to be something that brings you a real nice, peaceful kind of feeling. You bridge it over with our Wheel of Fortune, and this talks about, again, having an upturn on fortunes. This is about a lucky break. It's about things moving along. We've got a lot of good luck going on in here. We've got a lot of good progress. So I don't just want to say it's all good luck, like I was just sitting there and this, you know, fell into my lap. I'm not trying to take you out of the equation, because this is very much something that you are thinking about and actively engaged in. So again, when I say luck, I don't mean to say that you didn't have a part in it, but it's going well. So something is going on, and if you haven't thought of it yet, it is coming for you. On our last row, we have Justice running into our Five of Cups. Reminder here, what our Justice card is talking about is getting what is due to you. It talks about not being intimidated and, you know, persistence and things like that. But yet it goes into our Five of Cups, where it says, don't just focus on what's not working. Remember, we don't want to be Queen of Cups energy where we're real moody and upset and feeling down. We want to focus on what is working and, you know, piece it out. Sometimes when things aren't working, yes, we do have to acknowledge them so that we can correct or fix them or deal with them. But we also can't forget what is working, where we're getting what we're owed, where we're getting things moving. And, you know, in order to keep moving forward, we see what works, we see what doesn't, and then we reassess and we make our changes, right? So here it is bridged with the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups talks about getting more. So this is very appropriate because, you know, again, not letting, you know, with our Justice card, not being intimidated, remaining fair and impartial and looking at it real logically, mixed with some emotions here of saying, okay, but what about this? I lost that, or it didn't work, or I still didn't get that done. You know, that kind of a thing. This is saying there's always more. If something fails, if something didn't work, if something didn't pan out the way you wanted it to, maybe it panned out the way you wanted it to, but it doesn't feel as good as you thought it would. This is saying don't be afraid to search for more. Don't be afraid to open up that door and the figurative door in your mind and see what else is out there. See how you can bring things in. Don't be afraid. Don't just be trapped with what you've got. You can always get more. Ooh, Aquarius, this looks good. You might already know kind of what this idea is here that is giving you an opportunity to kind of think about it. Or it might be somebody else kind of bringing that idea to you. It could be either one. I'm not exactly sure if this is just an independent thought or if somebody else is kind of leading in or helping with that. I do see it's a lot of pentacles here. So it might be something leaning more toward everyday life stuff, work, money, home, health, career, school. You know, it just looks like it's leaning that way. So you might want to keep your eyes open. Again, you might already know, and you might be thinking, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. If not, I'd be watching for it. It looks like something's popping up here for you. Very exciting, Aquarius. Well, thank you so much for watching this reading. I hope it was helpful for you. Please make sure you hit subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'd love to make sure that you're connected and that you never miss another video. All right, you have a wonderful day and keep your eyes open for another Aquarius tarot reading.